This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so we will continue with UI automation. So we have seen screen scraping. Okay, so we have done use cases for screen scraping, right? We have developed a small sequence in order to automate the Windows application and get some data from that, right? So now we use the same Windows application, okay, uh, by recording. Okay, so we will do the same thing, same automation using the same window application, but by automation, not by using manual scraping, by using activities which are there. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so let's open our project. Okay, so in projects, okay, so this is screen scraping. Okay, so see here, this is what we have developed to. We have taken a flowchart and we have developed screen scraping using Windows application, right? Okay, so now we will develop do with recording. So see here, recording. So record multiple activities at once in desktop, web, or Citrix environments. So we can record from this here. Okay, so there is a drop down here. So in recordings, we can go for basic recording, desktop recording, web application recording, Citrix recording. Okay, so we can go with this recording and select whatever the type of recording which we want. Or if we want to go for screen scraping, extract data from a specified UI element or document using full text, native, or OCR methods. Okay, so if you want to record the entire navigation of any application, we can go for recording and select. If you want to get the data from any of the applications or any documents, okay, so either by full text, native, or OCR methods, go by screen scraping. Okay, and there is one more thing called data scraping also. Extract structured data from a browser application or a document to a data table. So if you want to get any data and save it in a data table, okay, a structured data from a browser or application and save it in a data table, then we can go for data scraping. Okay, so now we will use screen scraping. We will use screen scraping to get the data from desktop application, the same desktop application which we have used. Okay, so we use the recording for this desktop application. I think we have opened a wrong project. This is blank process. Okay. See here, this is what we have. Okay. So with the get full text method, and we have displayed the data with the message box. Okay. So now let's go for recording. Okay, so select this recording. Okay, under recording, so let's say this is a desktop application, right? Which I am doing is a desktop application. Okay, so select desktop. Okay, so now desktop recording window has opened. Okay, so now if we click on record, the recording of that will start. Okay, so because see here, record application, start application, open an application and start recording. So we have to know what are all the options available, and we have to know when we have to use which option. Okay, so see here, if you want to click any element, so there is nothing. So if you want to click on OK button in this window, we can go for click. If you want to start any application, so if you want to open this window application, we can go for this one. Okay, instead of opening manually. If you want to write any data, if you want to copy any data, if you want to capture any element of the application. Okay, so if it is a text box, if it is a button, everything is a element in the application. Okay, so if you want to capture any text, if you want to capture any text, if you want to capture any image. Okay, so let's say I want to get the data from this application, right? What type of data? Text data. Okay, so let's say go to text, scraping. So getting the data is nothing but scrape. Okay, so go to scrape and see here options: screen scraping, scrape UI elements, scrape relative, scrape UI element by using a position related to a fixed element. So if the text is dynamic, or okay, if the element is dynamic in that application which you are going to scrape. Okay, and you can take a reference of the fixed element. Okay, you can take the element which is fixed, and with that fixed element's help, you can get the other dynamic element. You can scrape the other dynamic element. So see here what it is saying: by using a position related to a fixed element. So in that case, go for scrape relative. Scrape data simply if you want to get the data. Same thing we can do from the copy also. Okay, same thing we can do from the copy also. See here, copy text out of UI element, screen scraping. Okay, okay, copy text or screen scraping. We can do the same thing because we are basically getting the data from the application, right? So either we can, even we are copying and displaying it in the either by message box or either by displaying it in the output panel. So we can go for copy text, or under text we can go for scrape and scrape data. Okay, so let's say copy, how it will work. Copy text. So see here, now when I clicked on copy text, so now I'm able to identify all the text which is available. Okay, so this is one paragraph, it is taking us one unit. This is one unit. This is one unit. This is one. So what is that you want to copy? So let's say this is what I want to copy. All this paragraph. Okay. Just mouse left click. Mouse left click. And once you are done with your scraping, whatever you want to do on the application, you just click on save and exit. Save and exit. So see here, it has developed. It has developed. See, when we're scraping, it has taken the name, get full text static, message box. Okay, so this is what which we have taken. Okay, keep it like this. Okay, these are the two activities which has taken automatically. Fine. So now save it and run. It is showing the previous message. Okay, so let's check what's happening. Okay, so we have not taken any either flowchart or sequence. Okay, so it has, whatever the recording which we have done, I think it has not saved because we have not taken any flowchart or sequence, right? Okay, so let's take one new flowchart. I'm taking as record text, create. Okay, so now I am again recording, record, desktop, copy text. Okay, so let's take same thing. I'm taking this one, mouse left click, save and exit. Okay, so this we have to connect. So this is what it has taken. So see here, whatever the data. Okay, so it has captured here also. Okay, we have not connected. What is the error it is showing? One or more children have validation errors or warnings. Let's save it and run. What it will say? As validation errors, review and resolve them first. What is the validation error? Let's remove this one. Okay, let's say desktop record. I'm directly doing is left click, save and exit. Now I have recorded directly. I have taken now. I have not taken any copy or so. Let's see what happens. Return. It will display in output panel because we have not taken any message box, right? Okay, so it got executed. Let's see in the output panel. Nothing. Okay, it started and ended. Let's take new sequence. Record text. Record desktop. This time let's take text. Let's take okay. So let's say I'm taking this one. Left click. Okay. So open your browser application or document and navigate to where you want to extract the data. I think there is some problem with the tool itself. Let's say report. Save. Let's take message box. See, let's run as it is. Okay. Say okay. So it got executed. So there is some problem. We'll see this tomorrow. There is no problem. So we'll go to the next one. Web application recording. Okay. So now we'll see web application. Okay. Web application. So in this web application, let's say I want to automate. I want to automate Facebook. Okay. I want to automate Facebook. So first thing is like I have to give the browser, open the browser, give the username, give the password, and click on login button. Click on login button. So at least we'll start doing these things. Okay. So once we know, we can do all other things also. Once we have logged in, we can do similarly. We can do how we have captured these elements in the home page. We can do similarly the same thing in the after login button also. Okay, fine. So let's close this one. We'll see. I think there is some mistake here. So I'll check on that. Okay, so take new sequence. Take new sequence. Let's say Facebook. I have taken LB. Okay, so this we will see the recordings, which this we will see to log in the Facebook account. Okay, so I use some dummy account details. Okay, so we have to just know here how we have to capture the elements of a web application. That is what the intention. So now, because that is a web application, we should be able to browse. We should be able to browse the application through a browser. So see here under browser, attach browser, open browser, refresh browser. Okay, so there are three browser related. So of course all these are browser related, but then so refresh browser again, of course. So it is already once the browser is open. So either we can go for open browser or attach browser. So first we will go for open browser. Attached browser is if already there is an application when we have given already a URL, and if you want to open it through a browser, then we can go for attached browser. So first, because we want to open the application, then we should be able to give the browser first, and then we will open the Facebook account from this browser. Okay, take open browser activity. So here in open browser activity, so here it will ask what is the URL which has to open through this browser. So let's say www.facebook.com should be in quotations. Okay. Okay, so I have given the URL. So when I say open browser by default it is Internet Explorer. Okay, so whenever I say browser by default, Internet Explorer is the default browser which will open in UiPath. Okay, so that is default. So the Internet Explorer and whatever the configurations which has to be done are already done by default in UiPath. But then it is not constrained that we have to use always Internet Explorer. We can use any other like Chrome or Firefox, anything. Okay, so we have to configure them. We have to configure them. So let's say, okay, so here you can see whatever the Chrome extensions which are available if you want to go for Chrome. Okay, so in this way we can go from packages, okay, and search and configure accordingly whatever the browser which we want. Okay, so now let's continue with Internet Explorer. Okay, so now take delay, another activity called delay. What this delay will do is, like, once the Facebook account has opened in the browser, okay, so in order to make all the elements available, that is, we have to give the username, we have to give the password, right? So make the in order to make this web application fully available, so that there won't be any network or browser related issue or bandwidth related issue, so we will wait for few seconds so that it will be available fully to give the username and password. So delay. So delays workflow execution for a given duration. Okay. So nothing will happen. So there won't be any effect if we use delay, or if you don't use the delay. What it will do is it will just stop the execution for few seconds. Okay. So that, because this is a browser related automation which we are doing, so that if there is any network issue and Facebook or whatever the web application is not able to launch properly. Okay, launch properly immediately. Okay, so once this open browser activity executed and due to some network issue, the application is not able to open. What it will do? It will throw an error saying that the given URL or the given web application is unable to open. So to overcome that issues, what we will do is we will give some time. Okay, so the meaning of giving some time is it can overcome if there are any problems like bandwidth issues or network issues. So it will take some time. If it is slow, the even if the application is slow in opening, in that time we will that application will open and we don't get any error. Okay, so take this delay activity here. So delay, so here duration in the properties of delay, go to duration, click here, give the duration, so that could be, so 0 from hours, minutes to seconds, we can give the duration. So 00 hours, 00 minutes, let's say 5 seconds. I'm taking 5 seconds. Okay, now what is the next step? Facebook has opened, browser has opened, and the application has opened. Now we have to give the username. So before that we'll check whether the application is able to open successfully or not. And we even have to check if the cursor is present in the username text box or not. Okay, so we'll check that. So save this one and run. Browser has opened and it is taking the URL, opening the application. Okay, so it has opened. So see here, so sometimes, see, it has taken some time, right? It has taken some time, so that is the reason we have to make sure that that is available. Okay, so see here, once it is open, so it doesn't have any cursor in the email or phone. Okay, under this text box the cursor is not there. So if you automate, when you automate by giving the username, okay, by giving the username, where it will write, it has to know where that username has to be written. Okay, okay, so fine. So to make the cursor available in the text box, so that whenever we give the username from this sequence, it will return in the text box. So to make the cursor available in the text box, take click activity. So see here, mouse click. So what it will do, it will just, the cursor, the mouse on this text box, a mouse click will be done, that's it. So once a mouse click is done, so see here what happens, the cursor will be available. So when the cursor will be available, whatever the username which you give, then it will enter. Okay, without cursor the username will not cannot be entered, there is no way. So that is the reason we are taking click activity, so that it will make the cursor available in the text box and it will take the username subsequently. So take this click activity. So click a specified UI element. So take this click activity. So in click activity, what it is showing, indicate element inside browser. So where it has to click. So we have to indicate where this click activity has to be Done. Okay, so click on this indicate element inside browser, and it will lead us to the account. 1 second. Okay, so before that, make this application active. Okay, so that when we click on this indicate element inside browser, it will lead to this application. So make sure that the whatever the application you want to spy, that is whatever you want to identify, make sure that it is active. So otherwise we got the other application, right? So make it active, and now click on indicate element inside browser. Okay, again we are getting the same thing. Okay, so now got it. So here, where it has to click, in this element, in this text box, it has to click. So select this one, select this one. So see here in the left side, you are able to see cursor position, left and right coordinates, top and bottom coordinates. Okay, and escape for cancel selection, F2, select after delay, F3, select region, UI framework by default. Okay, so UI framework default is the method, default method by which we are able to identify these elements on the web application. It is a default method. We are using default methods. There are other method also, I will tell you. So now, as of now, click on this text box, mouse left click. Okay, so now it knows where it has to click. Now it has clicked on the text box. Now the cursor is available. Next, what we have to do, we have to write the username. So we have to write the data into application now. So how to write the data into application? There is a activity called type into activity. So here, type into. So how do we write? Through keyboard strokes. The same thing, under keyboard there is an activity called type into activity. Okay, so see here, sends keystrokes to a UI element. Special keys are supported and can be selected from drop down list. So take type into activity. So indicate same thing. Where do we have to type? Here you have to type into the text box an email or phone. Left mouse click, and here what do you want to write? Specify here what do you want to write. Let's say I am just giving some dummy email ID, right? So it should be in quotations. Okay, I have given some email account. Okay, so this email account is not valid. Okay, so once we click on login button, it will throw an error. Basically Facebook will throw that the credentials are not proper. Okay, so just I want to show you how to automate the web application, right? Okay, so now again we have to write password in the next text box. Take one more, type into to write the password. Indicate element inside browser. Okay. Spy this password text box element. Mouse left click. So we got the password element spy. Now we can specify the password here. So see here, there will be, you have to observe the properties also. So these are common: input, target, private. So see here, there is something called empty field. Okay, so sometimes what happens, we generally use browser and save the details of username and password. Okay, so before you want to automate, and if there is any password or username already saved in the browser, okay, once you automate this one, it will throw an error saying that there is some invalid text there. Okay, and it will not be able to give the password which you have given in this UiPath automation. So to make sure, empty field, okay, check empty field. Okay, if any data is already saved. So what it will do, once this execution has done, it will empty the password field and it will enter whatever the data which you have entered in this text box. Fine. So here specify I am giving some dummy password. Okay. Now this is done. Now finally what we have to do, I have entered username and password. Now I have to click on login button. So these two are text boxes where I am writing the data into application. Now here I have to click the button. Here I have to click the button. So for that, click activity again. So it is a button, right? So we can use click activity again. Mouse click, take click activity here, indicate the element inside browser. So this is the element. So basically I want to click on this button. Okay. So mouse left click. I have to click on the login button. That's it. So here I'm not writing anything, so there is nothing to specify any text or something. Well, basically I have to just click on this login button. Check the properties if you have to give anything. So here, see here, click input. So do you want to give single click? Do you want to give double click? Click down, click up, whatever. Okay, let it be single click. Which button? So button left, button right, button middle. Okay, so what is the type of mouse button you want to give? Okay, so button left. Fine. So all this not mandatory. Fine. Now the home page has all the elements which are required to log in by giving username, password, and clicking on login button are now spied, automated with UiPath browser sequence, browser automation sequence for Facebook. Fine. So see, these are all the elements which we have taken. Same thing we can record also. Same thing we can do by recording also. So now we have taken manual. Now we have taken manual by taking the activities. We can do the same thing by recording also. So anyhow, let's see. Save it. Save it up. So close this one. Okay. So it will open and run. Entered username, entered password, and clicked on login button. So it is asking, would you like to save the password or not? Let's say no. What is that? So see here, because we have given some dummy data, it has clicked on login button and it is throwing some errors, saying that password is not correct. Fine. So this is how we can do the web application automation using the activities manual process in UiPath. So I will run it once again. Close this one. Enter username, password, click on login button. Okay, so same thing. Okay, so if the username and password are given correctly, what it will do, it will go to the home page of Facebook and it will show whatever the content. Fine. So this is how we can do. And if once we have entered into the Facebook, so in the same way, if you want to write anything into the application, or if you want to log out, or if you want to click on any link, if you want to click on any button or write the text into some text box, same thing. You can spy that element and whatever the data which you want to write, specify here. And if you want to click any button, we can click here. Okay, so once we have logged in, we can do any activity thereafter. Okay, so just by spying the elements. Okay, or this is the manual by taking the activities. If you want to do the same thing, you can record also. You can take record, web recording, okay, and do that. Okay, so tomorrow we will see a new topic. Okay, so either by data scraping or okay, so we'll do data scraping tomorrow. So we'll take some desktop application or Windows application or maybe any document and read the data from that and let's say try to maybe develop a data table or write into some other application also. Okay. So what we have done in this one is, okay, so for web application, first basically we have taken the open browser activity and have given the URL of that particular browser, sorry, a particular application which we want to open, and I have taken delay activity to delay the flow of the execution of this for a few seconds, so that the Facebook account, the Facebook application is open fully, so that we don't get any errors. And after click, I have taken click activity so that the cursor is available in the username text box, so that the username the cursor is available in the username text box, and whenever I write the username into the text box, it will write directly into that. Otherwise if the cursor is not present, so even if I give the username, it will not write, it will throw an error. So after that, I have taken type into. Whenever you want to write the data into application, take type into activity. Whenever you want to write the data into application, take type into activity and spy the element. Okay, spy the element. So spying is just that you have to select whatever the element in which you want to spy, select that element and click mouse left click. Okay, give mouse left click so that it will take all the attributes in the background. Okay, it will take all the attributes in the background, and once you have spied that element, right here in this text box whatever the data which you want to write. So here in this case it is Gmail account or any account, Facebook account we can specify here. And after that I want to write the password into the application. So again I have, because again I am writing the data into application, I have taken type into and give the password, specify the password in this text box. Finally I have to click on the login button. So for login button again I have taken click, I have taken click activity, spied this login button and clicked on this. Fine. So now finally executed and it went successful. Fine guys. Okay. Thank you.